record button. And we are here. Welcome to Wellness Wednesday, guys. My name is Angel Falk. I'm the Fitness Angel, and I want to inspire you to live your best life. So glad that y'all joined. Today we are extra honored and thankful and grateful. We have Dr. Dr Odom on. He's a retired OBGYN, delivered over 17,000 babies. Can you imagine? And he was also the medical director for an anti-aging clinic. So raise your hand if you want to go backwards in your aging process. We are all excited about this. And today he's going to be speaking on what I think is one of his very favorite subjects, gut health. And if you all have read anything about gut health, you know our gut is so important. So we're going to be learning the science behind that. But first of all, I want you to unmute, and we're going to do something really special. Today's a special day. It's Dr. Odom's birthday. So we're going to say happy birthday. Y'all ready? Happy birthday
to you.
Happy birthday to you.
Wow.
We're all up. Happy birthday, Dr. Odom. Happy birthday to you. Woo! All right, now we can mute and take it away, Dr. Odom.
That was one for the ages. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That sounds kind of like our family that really struggles to carry a tune. But it's the thought that counts. That was beautiful. Thank y'all. Maria, great seeing you. Thanks for being on. And I'm honored to spend my birthday this way. And I'm surely honored to share some more information. This is what I love doing. It's what I went to college to do, and that was to be a teacher. And I want to share with y'all this latest book, and I highly recommend it. Can you see that? The title is Gut, and it's by Miss Enders, and she is German, but she has a real wit. And this is very basic understanding of your digestive system. And the digestive system was so underappreciated by me when I was in medical school. And we never knew all of the things that our digestive system does. We are learning more and more every week, every day, every month. And there have been so many books written, and I love reading the latest one. And I highly recommend this one as well. But our gut, our digestive system, also called the alimentary canal, all of these things are the same thing, and we just call it the gut. But for our purposes, most of the real action that's in the gut is found in about 5 or 6 feet in the area called the colon, or the large intestine. And it's in this area that most of the bacteria live, and most of the final digestion occurs. It's where reabsorption occurs. It's where water is also reabsorbed, as well as nutrition or nutrients. And it's in this area of your colon where your enteric microbiome resides. And the microbiome is a organized group of different protozoan, bacteria, fungi, viruses, things that are living in and on us. And what we're finding is that 99% of all the genetic material that is in your body resides in this enteric microbiome. Primarily in the bacterial portion. So we didn't know this when I was in medical school back in the 1960s. They really didn't emphasize this in the 1990s. It's just literally been since the turn of the century, and primarily in the last decade, that we have uncovered so many areas of the gut that affect your overall health. And all of you know what your heart is, your brain, your liver, your kidneys, your lungs. You know that these are filtering systems. This is how we exchange oxygen. All of these things. These are all called organs. And sometimes there's even a system that's wrapped around some of these organs. And what experts are saying today is that this organ called the enteric microbiome is as important for your health as any of those other things that I just mentioned. That's pretty powerful language. And what we're finding is that this microbiome is inherited from not your parents, but just from your mother. And that's if you're delivered vaginally, or if you come through the birth canal and you're exposed to the bacteria that are in her vagina, those will be the bacteria that primarily will line that baby's gut. And if you're born by a cesarean, it's a different story. You will develop your microbiome, but children that are born not in the conventional way, but born by a cesarean, they do over time develop their own microbiome, but it may not come primarily from the mother. It could come from a nanny or a grandmother or an auntie or somebody that helps to rear that child. What we're finding though, in the best circumstances or even the worst, this microbiome is pretty well set by the time that child is 3 or 4 years old. And the microbiome has volume. This is a lot of bacteria. We have 10 trillion human cells, and we have 10 times that number, the number of bacteria. And what we're finding is that in the average person, this enteric microbiome weighs about 3 to 5 pounds. So that's pretty impressive when you look at your kidneys weigh about that, and your liver weighs about that, and your heart weighs about that, your brain weighs about that. Now, when you fill the heart with blood, it's going to weigh more. But all of these organs have substance, and we've never emphasized the importance of the gut until now. And now we're realizing that everything in the body, every organ and every system is connected to virtually every other organ and every system directly, not even indirectly. So what goes on in your gut, we're finding, affects everything. How much you weigh, how long you live, how fast you age, whether you're at high risk or low risk for this disease or that one. So much is determined by our gut. And these bacteria are unique in that what is in your gut and what is in my gut and what is in Angel's gut is probably quite different. So everybody is unique in their own arrangements, kind of like your own fingerprint. And we've identified all the genes in the human body. We have 46 chromosomes. We have 23,000 genes, and these genes carry our genetic material. And when I said that 99% of your genetic material, the DNA in your body doesn't belong to you, but rather it belongs to the bacteria. That's how important what's going on in your gut. That's how it affects not only your health, but if you happen to be a mom and you happen to have a child, of you transferring your genetic material to your baby. And we're finding it's not just what you give your baby, but your baby's baby and the baby's baby's baby, and through 5 generations and maybe as many as 10. So the material that you're passing on, what we're finding is that it's due to the bacteria that you're hosting. And the bacteria that you're hosting are directly related to the foods that you're eating. Little did we know this in the 1970s and 80s and 90s. And so the food that you choose to eat is affecting the genes that you're passing on to your children, and whether or not those genes can be activated or turned on or turned off. And we're now knowing that the foods that you eat, there's a whole study of the role that the foods that you eat and how that affects your genetic expression of your genes. It's called Nutrigenomics or Nutrigenomics. And we know that we can turn genes on and off. You can't change your DNA, but you can surely change the expression. And you may have a breast cancer gene, but you don't have to turn it on. You can, in fact, turn it off. A lot of people that you probably know have that gene and other genes. That's just an example. But the way that you live, you can postpone the activation or the exaggeration or the expression of that gene so that you don't end up developing cancer. Would that not be amazing? It sounds a little bit like science fiction, but we know that today. In fact, those of you on the call know a little bit about Juice Plus, hopefully, and we have a study that showed that we had over 1,600 genes affected either positively or negatively, turned them on or turned them off because of adding Juice Plus. So fiber and phytonutrients account for so much of what's going on in your overall health picture. And we're finding that if you want optimal health, you need as many servings, as many varieties, as often as you can of plant food, preferably raw and not cooked to death. But plant food is key. We know that. I have my one visual. Excuse me, one second.
If you've heard Dr. Odom before, you probably know what it is.
Can you see me? Yep. Can you see this? This is my one visual, but this is what's recommended. How many of you want optimal health? It should be every hand going up. All of us should say this. We should want this for our family, for our children, for our children's children. All of us should be following this food guide pyramid that's now a plate. It's called MyPlate.gov, used to be a pyramid, but it is quadrants. It's 4 quadrants: a fruit, a vegetable, a protein, and a grain. So grains we know are plant foods. We know fruits and vegetables are. And the protein, half of the protein should be plant protein. That's 7/8 of the plate. That's 87.5% of every meal every day. If you did this, you would be feeding the beneficial bacteria. You would be feeding the bacteria that literally is going to put your body in homeostasis, which means you're in balance. How many of you ladies have ever had hormonal imbalance? How many of you know somebody that has depression or anxiety? You know, I would have thought years ago that more people had depression, but anxiety is twice as common in the United States as depression. Very, very, very common. We know today that both of those mood disorders are directly related to the foods that you're eating and the bacteria that you're balancing, hopefully, or the bacteria that you're supporting. We should be thinking every day, every meal, am I building up my body, as you would say, Maria, or am I tearing it down, as you would say, Angel? We have that option. We have that decision, and we can build it up every meal. And it needs to be plant food. And it needs to be unaltered, unchanged, not processed and not refined plant food, but real plant food that has real fiber that is supporting your beneficial bacteria. All of this is just one way of me emphasizing plant food is critical for your overall health, for your gut health, and your bacterial balance that determines these cravings that we have and determines so much of your overall health. Angel, I'm trying to be mindful because I know you wanted the last few minutes. Is this the right time to turn it over to you?
Sure, I'll take it from here. Thank you. That was awesome.
You
And
are
you
so
just touched
welcome.
the surface. We have other webinars that go much longer and more detail, and Dr. Odom has a stack of books he recommends, so I can share all of that with you. But I just want to encourage you today. How many of you, first of all, how many of you are already taking Juice Plus? Yeah, that's what I thought. And I've seen some of you getting great results already. And who I know we have a few new people who is not taking it yet. Some of you have just ordered it. And okay, good. I see Robin. So glad you're here. Awesome, awesome. I just want to encourage you, be consistent because it really does make a huge difference. Because like Dr. Odom says, it's the plant foods that feed our microbiome. So take it every single day. And if you're not on it yet, you're not taking it yet, you may share this with a friend who doesn't know anything about Juice Plus. I just want to tell you it's fruits, vegetables, berries. They're blended, and then we take the water out. It's so simple. And you can get it in a capsule, a chewable. We have a vegan protein powder. We were talking about that a few minutes earlier before we started this, but it's so important to get that blend of the plant protein, the fiber, and all the 15 superfoods of that complete powder in your gut every day. And you're going to see changes. It starts usually with going to the bathroom more regularly, having more energy, sleeping better, feeling stronger, feeling more focused. And we have our vegan omegas, which are really extra great, especially for the brain. I like to think about that a lot. So we want to encourage you to do one of three things. One is we have free resources for anybody. Lots of recipes, home workouts. If you're not getting your movement in, I was talking to someone about that earlier. We have resources to help your children get healthier. And right now, guys, if someone orders Juice Plus, that's option 2. Start Juice Plus, get it in your body, and you get a child free fruits and veggies and a free bag of our complete protein, which has 15 superfoods, the perfect balance of fiber and protein. So take advantage of that. Or number 3, you may want to join this mission and share it with your friends, because if you're like me or anybody else, my hand went up when he said friends who have anxiety, depression, things like that. It all begins in the gut, guys. And if we can get the gut healthy, everything else will start to get healthier. It's just one step at a time. So that's the 3 options. Get with the person who invited you and find out more, because we want to help you on your health journey. That's what this is all about. Our mission is to inspire healthy living around the world. So thank you guys so much. And I love getting a picture. So please show me your beautiful faces so I can get your picture. Wellness Wednesday. Oh, and next week, make sure you come back every Wednesday at 12:30 p.m. Central Time. Next week, one of my very dear friends who is new to our mission, she is a holistic nutritionist. There's Tara and her gang, Christine, yay. And Robin is your friend, our sweet friend, Barbara Sipes. I'm going to be doing an interview with her, and she's a holistic nutritionist and has so much knowledge as well. So y'all tune in next week and let me see your faces, and we'll count down. Some of you may be shy, might be busy, or might be in a towel. All right, 3, 2, 1. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Dr. Odom. Have a great rest of your birthday.
Thank you. Thanks, Angel.
Thank y'all. Bye.
Thank you.